Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Chinua Sews. In today's tutorial I'll be teaching you guys on how to cut crop top A-line hand with queen and neck. I'll be using landing, Ankara and my paper. First of all, I'll be cutting the back body. So this is the back body, this is my paper. I'll fold it by 2. This is my paper, I'll fold it by 2. I'm using a measurement of bust 34, waist 28 and a sleeve length of 21. I'll be cutting the back body first of all. I'll be using 1 inch for my zip allowance and 3 inch for my neck. Hope you understand. I'll be using 1 inch for my zip allowance and 3 for my zip for my neck, round neck. So that means I'll be using 4. I'll be marking for the wideness of my neck. Then the deepness of the neck, I don't want the neck to be deep. I'll be using 3. Hope you understand what I'm doing. I'll use my French curve to curve out the neck. For my back body, the neck will be a round neck. Then the shoulder, my shoulder is 16. I'll be using 4 for my shoulder. 16 divided by 4, that is 4. My round arm, I'll be using 8 for my round arm. I'll be using 8 for my round arm. But not everybody use 8. Some use 7, some use 9. Depending on the body size of the person. Hope you understand what I'm doing. I'll use my French curve. I'll measure 1 inch first. Then I'll use my French curve to curve it out. Hope you understand. Then my crop top is going to be on 22 because I'm going to fold it with my lining inside. It's going to be on 22 because I'm going to fold it with 1 inch inside. I'm going to roll it out. That is the length of my top. This is my bust measurement. 34 divided by 4. That is 8 and quarter. This is it, and I have allowance. I'll put 3 inch allowance because I want allowance because I might grow fatter later. Then my waist. When you want to measure someone's waist, you first of all get the person's half length. My half length is 16. My half length is 16. So from that 16, I'll be measuring my waist measurement. 28 divided by 7 is going to give me, divided by 4 is going to give me 7. So I'll be putting 3 inch allowance. There is it. I'm going to connect it. I'm going to give it a shape. But I'll use my French curve to give it a shape at the down. But it's not necessary, but I want it like that. So I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut out the neck first. And I'm going to cut out my shoulder. and I'll cut out my length. This is it for the back body. Hope you understand what I'm doing. But in case you did not understand, kindly ask your question in the comment section. I will gladly reply to the questions. So the next step is the back, the front body. I'm cutting the front body. So first of all, I'll cut out the full length of the front body. That is 20, but I will make it 22 to fold it inside with it. This 22. Then for my neck, queen and neck, I will first of all cut out the shoulder before the neck, but I will make the neck measurement first before the shoulder, but I have to cut out the shoulder before cutting out the neck. I'll be using 3 by 6 for the neck. I don't want it to be that deep. Then my shoulder, I'll be using 4. 16 divided by 4, it's giving me 4. Then for my armhole, I'll divide my shoulder in by 2, it's giving me 8. I'll roll out my armhole. First of all, cut it out, roll it out as 4 corners. Then measure 1 inch for the armhole. The reason why I'm measuring this 1 inch for this armhole is you see a lot of people after sewing their clothes, you see pieces under their armhole because they didn't curve this thing, curve it out like this using their French curve. Then for the neck, from the shoulder, I'll be marking out 4 inch. I'll be marking out 4 inch for my arm from my shoulder. Then from my armhole, I'll be using 2 inch for my shoulder. Then this is where I mark out my 3 for the neck. Then I'll connect the line from the neck to this place I measured from the armhole that's giving me 2. I'll connect the line like this. Then the thickness of the neck is 6. This is the 6. I will also connect it too. Then my measurement, my bust is 34 divided by 2, it's giving me 8¼ and I'll be putting allowance 3 inch. Then to get my waist measurement, I'll be measure from the shoulder to my half length, that is 16. This is my armhole, I'll be naming it AH. This is my neck, I'll be naming it N. Then from my waist is 28 divided by 4, it's giving me 7. I'll be putting allowance 3 inch. My waist 28 divided by 4 is giving me 7. I'll be putting allowance 3 inch. Then I will connect the line. I'll connect it like this to give me that shape I want. Then I'll be using my French curve. I want my top to have shape at the down. I'll use my French curve to just curve it out. Hope you understand. I'll be cutting it out. This is how it is for the neck. Hope you understand the way I cut out the neck. But in case you don't understand, you can ask your question in the comment section. I will gladly reply. This is all for the front body. Then next I'll be cutting out my sleeve. I'll be cutting out my sleeve. My sleeve I'll be using 22. First of all, I'll fold my paper into two like this. This for one hand. I can cut it together. So for my hand now, I'll be measuring 22 for my sleeve length. This is my sleeve length, 22. Now cut it out. I'll cut out my sleeve length. Then next I will measure, because the hand is an A-line hand. Then from my shoulder I'll be measuring 12 to give me that shape. Then from my shoulder I'll connect it like this for it to give me that A-line hand. Hope you understand. I'll cut it out. But some people may want their hand to be bigger than this. It depends on the customer you are sewing for or for yourself. It depends on how you want it. This is my fabric. This is 1.5 yard. I'll be placing my papers on the fabric to cut it out. But first of all, I'm going to cut out the length of the blouse first. Hope you remember the length of our blouse is 22. Length of our blouse is 22. I'll be cutting it out. This for the length of the blouse, 22. Then we're placing our paper on it. First of all, I'm going to divide this fabric into two, but it's going to give me front and back body. I divided the fabric into two like this. I removed the length first of all, then fold it, divide it into two like this for the front and the back body. I'll be placing my back body on the fabric. I'll place it like this, and I'll trace it out. First of all, I'll cut out the neck. This is for the back. This is for the front body. So you're cutting it out like this. First of all, fold it into two. Then place my paper on it, because my paper is folded into two. That's why I'm folding the fabric into two. Hope you understand what I just did now. This is the front body. Then next, I'll be cutting out my hand. This is my hand. The sleeve length of my hand is 22. This is the 22, my sleeve length. And next, I'll be placing one of my paper on fabric to cut out the hand. This is it. I'm sure cutting out my body, the front and the back body, and the hand. Next, I'll be cutting out my lining, because I'll be using lining to sew it. First of all, you fold your lining into two like this, depending on the size of the fabric you cut out. Fold it into two like this. Then you place your body on it to know if it's okay. This is my front body. I'm placing it on the landing. Whenever you place your landing and it's excess like this, you reduce it. Then you trace out what you cut out from your fabric. Then next is the back body. Then next I'll be cutting out my arm, my sleeve length. I'm cutting out my sleeve length. I'll fold it into two like this. In this hand, I'll be cutting out my hand separate. Then I'll be cutting out the second one.